Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, you guys. Hopefully, this straightened it out. Let me check it out. Give me 1 second so I can check the audio. It's nuts. Every time I come back, the same thing happens. Okay, I think I got the audio fixed here. Sorry about that, you guys. Let me know if I'm still staticky, but I think I fixed it. And then we'll get into it. I just want to make sure I'm not hurting people's ears. Okay, it's not staticky now. All right, so there is another monster in Churchill who's going to trial on October 23rd, and it's this monster. He was arrested for child R with a sealed indictment warrant. He was arrested Tuesday on 7 counts of sealed Hawkins County grand jury indictment stemming from allegations of ongoing child S abuse over the course of 18 months. Brandon Scott Arnold, 33 of Churchill, was being held in the county jail on a $100,000 bond pending arraignment in criminal court scheduled for April 28th, which he's already went to. He's set for a jury trial on October 23rd. The charges include rape of a child under 13, continuous SA abuse of a child under 13. Both are Class A felonies, punishable by up to 25 years if convicted. You guys think he's going to get a Brandon Lawson sweetheart deal? The continuous SA abuse alleges that Arnold intentionally engaged in 3 or more incidents of SA with a child 13 years of age or younger between February 2021 and July 27, 2022. Arnold knowingly engaged in unlawful S penetration of a child who was less than 13 years old. He has 4 additional child S related charges, including a Class B felony and 3 Class C felonies, which he could be sentenced 3 to 6 years if convicted, and involved the general time period. Witness who's testified before the grand jury was Hawkins County detective, a Kingsport detective, and a representative of the Child Advocacy Center, a physician, and a nurse from Kingsport. And this article was written by Jeff Bobo, but I'm going to show y'all. Here's his court date, October 23rd, 2023, in Sullivan County, and he's having a jury trial. I just don't understand the sickos in this area. It's crazy. And then I was looking, how they talk about vice lords and how the FBI was asking JSB about POC males, which means person of color, in and out of Beach Creek from the Knoxville area. Just makes me wonder if it was this guy. He was arrested in Rogersville September 30th. He's from Knoxville. His name's Marcus Douglas Washington. He's a vice lord. He's on the sex offender registry. He goes by the name X Douglas Lucifer and Khalifa Al Salik Iblis. I wonder if these are some of Don's friends or H's friends. It just makes me wonder. I don't know if it. He looks like a scary guy, too. It's just so many sickos in the same area or coming to that area. This guy on the screen held a girl captive and kept her pumped up with dope in 2015. How is he back on the street already in 2020? It's these monsters who continue getting away with hurting people and then are let back out on the street to do it again. But this guy, believe it or not, he lives near Cotton. I was shocked to see that. He lived on 520 Church Lane. He lived right next door to a trailer park. How many victims are in there? See, we have to keep putting these people on blast so they know that they're not going to get away with hurting children, and we're just going to sit around and pretend it's not happening. I know I haven't been on in 3 weeks. I've had my own issues going on, and it's not something I wanted to bring to YouTube. But I think I owe y'all an explanation why I haven't been on. So until I get all the results back, I haven't wanted to talk about it. It's been 3 weeks, and while you're freaking out, doctors don't get you right back in either. So I might have the big C word, but I have to go get one more test. And then I will update you guys. But I don't want anyone to pity me, feel sorry for me. I'm a strong person. I have faith in God. And it's not YouTube's problem. We're going to be on here. I'm going to fight for Summer. I'm going to keep her name out there. And I'm going to keep exposing these evil monsters who think they can hurt children and get away with it. You think if the trailer park next to where he lived knew he was an SA abuser, people would watch their kids more closely. I don't know who his victim was, but I pray to God they put him for a long time. They can't just let him get out and hurt children again, because once they get caught, in my opinion, they become more dangerous because they don't want to go back to jail. So their next victim may not live to talk about it. That's the thing that our politicians need to understand. We need stricter laws because they go for a little while, they get out. But while they're in there, they learn from other people just like them how to get away with it the next time. Because if victims can't talk, then they think they can't be prosecuted. And that's a sad thing. So we're going to stay on these people, not just in this area, in every area of the country. I'm going to come back and do a live about an interview that an FBI agent did. That's all he did for his 30 years was chase down these sick individuals. You'd be surprised that one case that he talks about where these wealthy people traveled all over the world to hurt little children, but they got caught. See, they always think they're not going to get caught, but it's scary to think once they get caught and they get out, their next victim won't live to tell about it. And that's the part I hate the most. So the people, whatever happened to Summer Wells, they think that they're going to get away with it. It might take a little while longer. Sometimes the wheels of justice move slow. Eventually they will get them. This guy probably never thought he would get caught. I wonder if his victim got pregnant, and that's why the Advocacy Center got involved. The nurses, the doctors. See, I think people like this face should be plastered all over, especially where they live. I know where I used to live, they would come around and put flyers on everybody's mailbox when an ex-offender moved in. But there's got to be harsher penalties for these people. Not that 20-year suspended sentence where they do 1 year in jail because they're the sheriff's son. I don't believe in that. And thanks, YouTuber and Marie and Kathy. Um, his name is Brandon Arnold, but it's not the same guy who took um, JLR on a walk in the woods. JLR's lucky he walked out of them woods, in my opinion. The guy had a gun. You can't trust people like that. You can't go in the middle of nowhere and just scoot around. He's lucky he didn't get shot and buried out there. Here in California, the guy from the '70s show was just sent to prison for 2 counts of R, sentenced to 30 years to life. Yeah, Marie, some get a long time, and then some don't. And they're usually the ones who come out, and the next one they offend doesn't live to tell about it. JLR's in Pennsylvania right now on the manhunt for the convicted escapee. I've seen that, Kathy. I like JLR. He goes out and he busts his ass and he brings the story to you. He goes to the story. He's got his own way of doing things. I just I don't like my personal opinion. I've went out and looked for missing people, but I don't like to I wouldn't wanna go live because if you find their body, you don't wanna put that out before the family finds out. That's the only thing I don't like when you're looking for a victim. So, we see JSB is back at her shit. I don't get it. I won't ever get her. There's more than meets the eye there, in my opinion. She says Summer's probably 7 minutes from her house. That's pretty specific, 7 minutes. I guess she's deleted that live, but people have gotten it. It just makes no sense. I would be afraid of everybody out there. Somebody did something with that child. They had to be from around there. And nothing's going to tell me that Candace didn't have nothing to do with it. That child didn't look well in the back seat of the car that day. She put that picture and video out of Summer on the milk jugs. Nobody else did that. She did that. They thought they put a filter on it, which covered her tattoos, but it didn't cover the blood on her stomach. It didn't cover her black ear, and it didn't cover her swollen hands. 7 minutes. Did she mean alive or not? She didn't specify, but I'm assuming that not alive, that she's buried 7 minutes from the house. I don't trust anybody out of that area speaking up, in my opinion. They all know. They're all related. They're all related. It's a big cover. That's the part. It's a big cover up. In my opinion, they're all covering for each other. And when arrests are made, there's going to be more than one person, more than 3 people, I believe, arrested. They know. They have video of people in and out of Beach Creek that day. Fact. They have video of vehicles in and out of Beach Creek. Of course, they're not going to tell us, but I've talked to the person who gave them their whole security system. Oh, yeah, they're doing distractions. This is a group. This is organized crime. It don't get no more organized than this case. I'm telling you. I feel JSB knows a lot. Something is going on with Summer's prayer. She is found soon. Yeah, I believe that too. I believe that from the beginning. Just from the text between her and Andy that she put out before he left that morning. Did you send so and so? She blacked it out. The pics. What pics? Pics of Summer? Sadly, none have enough integrity to speak up for a 5-year-old little girl. No, because it's generational sickness in that holler. Look how many Arnolds have been or on the sex registry there. I mean, just go down the line and see how many people who are related are RSOs. The scary part's the ones you don't know about. GSP is disgusting. If she knows that, why is she not telling TBI instead of YouTube? Because she's getting people are sending her money for cash apps. I think she got 300 more viewers from that live. It was a 9-hour live. People like that. I don't know why. But see, a lot of people haven't been here from the beginning. So they just think poor Jody Sue, she's a cancer survivor, she's a domestic violence survivor. And everybody's targeting and terrorizing her. It's her words, her actions made people look at her from the beginning. She doesn't feel targeted and terrorized. Because I'll tell you what, the first thing I did when I was stressed and freaking out over my own life, I turned off YouTube. I still watched it here and there, but I didn't do a video for 3 weeks. Oh, yeah, she's putting out little crumbs. But maybe people are talking. Maybe an indictment's coming. That tends to make people start talking. But I hope they don't give nobody any deals. If you ain't come forward by now and they had to put it all together and drag it out of people, I pray to God they bury all their asses. Everybody who knew and was involved. I believe she has told TBI and Ellie about what she knows, in my opinion. Well, she said she's seen the person in the red truck, but Leslie Earhart said she never gave no description to them. So is she telling the truth? Is it a lie? I I don't know. I pray every one of them get arrested if they know anything about Summer and didn't speak up. They need jailed. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it, YouTuber. I fully believe we will have a arrest in Summer in Utah Wells case when I don't know, but I believe. Yeah, they say it's still an active investigation. And nobody's still identified the child in Carroll County, Virginia they found, which I find very odd. Not a peep. Not even asking for, does anybody know this child? Not asking for nothing from the community. No news conference, no nothing. How long does it take in the lab to know who that child is? Because if they didn't know, they would be coming to the public, in my opinion. I don't understand that part either. That's a child. That's somebody's child. That's somebody's family member, somebody's grandchild. But they're not asking for the public's help to identify. Just like the kid in the suitcase. The man found that kid in the woods, and they went right to the media to try to identify the child. Why not the child in Carroll County? It's been since September last year they've had that child. Yeah, Marie, that's what I think. There's a reason. I think they know who the child is because they're not asking the public for help. And they haven't said who the child is yet. So I'm just praying. You don't want it to be, but you want this case. You want Summer to get justice, whatever it looks like. That's what I want. I wish we could stop monsters like this, but they lock one up and 10 more pop up. It's evil. What this world's come to is pure evil. And I blame the internet too. They desensitize these children, which is sickening with the kind of stuff they put online, so easy accessible to children. A child's body was found in Germany, I believe, weighted down and wrapped in tinfoil. That sounds familiar, not sure when, but they consider Ben Needham missing from Greece. Wow. I know, so many. Can they withhold info at summer? Yeah, they can. They cannot tell us. And they can lie. They can do both. I'm in Johnson City, Tennessee, and there's a big ring between Johnson City, Kingsport, all them areas. It's all over. It's all over. They don't want you to talk about it. Every time you talk about anything with trafficking, they either shut your they either take your video down. I don't care if they demonetize. That don't bother me one bit. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to put out information. Yeah, they can withhold. Yeah, I pray every day for her, especially if they have a larger case they are working on. I'm hoping it's the RICO Act. I really do. Yeah, somebody said, "Oh, I'm gonna go online and tell your subs that you work for Homeland Security." It's not true. I don't work for Homeland Security. Yes, I have a degree in Homeland Security, but I don't work for them. It sure is all over. I mean, people can threaten me. You don't scare me. I have not. The only reason I haven't been online is because I've health issues, not because of any threats anybody's made. Dox me. I don't care. I've never been to jail. So keep digging, Watson's all I can say. Yeah, me too, G-Ma. Bust them all. But I laughed when I read that. When people threaten me, I just find it humorous. Show up to my house. We don't call the cops. We call the coroner. There's a huge conspiracy, in my opinion, in that county. The pecking order has been established years ago, and it has grown. Oh, yeah, it's been going around for decades. Just stop then. I want this known. There are far more than anyone here can imagine in so-called law enforcement that are, you fill in the blank, brethren. Oh, I believe that there are people in law enforcement here. I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah. There's judges, there's CIA agents, FBI agents. If there's humans, there's people who hurt children in every aspect of every profession. And it seems like the more money they have, the sicker they are. And they know what happens when they snitch because the cops there are corrupt and they know who these folks are and have done nothing to clean it up. It's deep. Yep. Well, you see, they have doctors, they've had judges, they've had preachers, pastors, they've had all walks of life arrested in that county. But it's everywhere. The local government, thieves and badges stole our house and everything in it over back extortion taxes. We were targeted because we were a vulnerable family. So-called neighbors were in on it. I believe that too. I mean, you don't know who to trust. I can see why some people aren't coming forward. If you can't trust local law enforcement, and it may extend to TBI or FBI, it's big money and it's sickening. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, it's an orchard. I believe that. I believe it's going to be multiple people. Each time they arrest somebody that has images, videos, that's, more and more info that they have. No, if they already have Reggie, we won't know it. You seen how they did with the Orrin and Orson case. Yep, more to get their hands on. Yep, and I don't know what we as citizens can do except write the representatives. I don't trust politicians either. Yeah. Yeah, when I do that, when I read y'all, I'm going to do a live on this FBI interview this guy did. And he talks about these wealthy people. I mean, he put them away, but they traveled all over the world, all over the United States, picking their victims right offline. Yep, that's what we have to do is unite. Because otherwise, generation after generation will lose more and more rights. And they will make what they do to children more. They try to normalize it already. I mean, come on. We're going to send 1 billion more over to Ukraine, and you can't even help the people in Hawaii or the people in Florida from the hurricanes? I'm sure they do, Andy. All these people know each other. They all party together. I truly believe that. I believe the holler knows what happened. They're mostly all related. No, I'm tired of this crap. We need to take care of our own. Yeah, we're going to keep sending money to other countries. We're going to normalize hurting children. It makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. We have a president who can't even put a sentence together anymore. That scares the hell out of me. When our homeless issues and our veterans' needs are met, then we can help others. Yeah, but they don't care about ours. They bring the people from Mexico, they put them up in five-star hotels, feed them, do their laundry, give them money, and you can't even get our vets off the street and give them a motel and pay for it? Yeah, something's wrong. Something is bad wrong in this country. Take care of our people and then worry about other countries. It shouldn't be the other way around. I think all that money's going in people's pockets. They're getting kickbacks? No, they're getting money and they're filtering it to a group of them's bank accounts. That's probably what's happening. That's my opinion. We are homeless over 2 years. All of our belongings stolen, sold off, given away, confiscated. Why is that? No one helped. I prayed before for divine intervention. Because you're an American. You're supposed to do it on your own. While we take care of other countries. Make that make sense. I mean, they could give them a hand up. And then they're raising, I feel, this is my personal opinion, I feel like they're destroying our country. Slowly but surely. They got one more year to just make the dollar absolute, raise our food prices, raise our gas prices even higher, raise our rent, raise the interest rate so more people go into foreclosure and can't afford to live. I think it's all a planned attack. Sometimes, Alan, the Lord has lessons for us to learn. We can't second guess, but I think there is hope always. Biden was donated Biden was donated over $2 billion and would have taken less than 20 to save our family of five. Our lives did not matter. Nope, but you gotta let that be known at the voting booth. I don't even trust that anymore. You know, when you're young, you're taught a certain way. When you get older, you learn things aren't the way that they taught you back then. Officer friendly, not so friendly when you grow up. You know, the government don't give two shits about you. You're part of the ant farm that feed their pockets. That's all they care about. Is there any good politicians? I don't know. Because once they see the corruption and the money they can make, they become part of the problem. We are in the 55 plus age group and no one ever gave us crap. No, we had to work for everything. You worked for it or you did without. My father's father-in-law and over 10 uncles fought for the USA in the rich man's wars, and I served honorably through, though not called for nothing. Sorry, but it's the truth. No, and I don't think all the money they give overseas, give it to our military families. They shouldn't have to be struggling, worrying about where their next meal's coming, where they're going to lay their head. Give it to them. I understand your frustration. I'm sorry and thank you for your family's service, Alan. They serve and protect themselves and their masters. Yeah, it's my personal opinion. There's 1% of the population who runs the country and is the puppet master for everything that goes on. And I think they're in bed with China and they're purposely destroying the country. You can call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I see, I read, I do research. When I seen that they could have poisonous baby lotion and there's nothing the government can do to pull that off the shelf, something's wrong. Something is bad wrong. My mouth just hit the floor. Then look into patents. Look into patents the government has. I don't trust nobody. I sure don't trust the government. Their master is Satan. Yeah, I agree. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here, but I'll be back. I'm going to Like I said, there's this interview with this FBI agent I want to show you guys. And I wanted to touch base with everybody. Let you know I'm still alive. I'm breathing. I'm kicking. And I got faith, if nothing else. That's right, G-Ma. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. And until next time.